foundation and grading inspection. We've got good slope away for the grading here. However, we've got erosion, and the erosion is caused by the lack of gutters along here. As such, over the time, the area around here has been allowed to pond. That means water is concentrated here, and that can lead to problems with the foundation over the years. So I'm recommending that this barrier here, this trim board here, this keeps the grade in, that's removed. That'll stop the water ponding, and that gutters are put on the house to protect the grade around it. So you drain the water from the roof away from the building. So we have considerable erosion on the left side elevation. And we've got some bushes here. Bushes are not good. They soak up a lot of moisture, and again it affects the foundation. Now, at the rear elevation, we've got 1, 2, 3 very large trees. This tree, in fact, is I think it's a willow of some sort or another. Anyway, it's going to consume a lot of moisture from the ground, give you a nice shade, but it is a moisture hog, and it takes a lot of water from the ground. We're how far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 36 feet, but it's far enough away from the foundation not to cause it any problem. But these trees here are quite close. You want to keep the canopy trimmed. It reduces the amount of moisture the tree consumes, keeps it away from the building. We're at the rear elevation. We're still looking at grading and foundation. We're now at the right elevation. The grade wall is too exposed along here. It should come to within the grade, that's the grass, should come to within 4 inches of the brick line, and clearly here it doesn't. However, the grade of the ground away from the building is good. It gives good grade, good drainage. We're now moving to the front elevation of the building. Now again, it's the grade and the foundation. Here, we've got a quarter pop, and in addition to that, we have an exposed post-tension cable end that needs to be covered with a pile. the control. I don't mind the heights and stuff. About the proper safety, yeah, this is too high.
Well, it's also steep.
Yeah,
It's pretty steep, so. Trying to get a sample of this tile.
Oh, yeah.
So that we can go to the store and match paints and colors. They left this there, so they don't care.
They don't, no. Go in there, you little tinker. This is the attic inspection. Number of things in the attic. First thing is that there's some movement in the decking. You can see here how that H-clip has moved. It's actually come positioned from the board above it, and it's moved. Generally happens as the roof moves. All these roofs move, so just to note that it's there. We've also got infestation of rats. There's a lot of rats droppings around here. There's also a large cage intended to catch anything from a squirrel right the way up to, I guess, a raccoon. I don't know. It's a big cage. Maybe just for rats, I don't know. Not an expert, but I recommend you have a pest control person come and inspect the place. All of the insulation's been disturbed around the house one way or another, and over on the front right elevation where my light is shining now, just to give you some orientation, there's the hatchway. You walk across the hatchway, there's the AC unit, and over there is a depressed and discoloured insulation that indicates a water penetration of some sort or another. attic access door to the attic. You'll notice the trim's come away here, and the attic door itself, I'll tell you, even without opening it, it's not sealed. Now these doors have to be sealed because this attic allows, or this opening will allow fumes and gases to come from the garage where you keep an automobile, car and gas and stuff like that, and get into your attic, and then it can get into the house. So that's got to be sealed. The attic over the garage, and you've got a light switch up there with no covers on it and exposed wires. There's evidence of settlement at the front here over the portico. The window sills here are leaking. You can see where you've got cracks in the mortar on the window ledge itself. That needs to be sealed, as does this crack up here. It's going to allow water inside the building and it could cause all sorts of problems, not least of which is mould. We're at the front elevation looking for cracks. Now, due to the lack of gutters, you've got splashback onto the walls here. See where it's all discoloured? What that indicates is the wall's going to get wet, and under really heavy rain conditions, long periods of rain, the wall's going to get very damp, and that can cause mould inside the building. So gutters are essential. This is the rear elevation. Up here we've got a large gap. It's going to allow airflow in and out of the building. It will increase costs and cause condensation inside the house during hot periods when it's hot outside and cool inside. We have a differential settlement crack here running up to the roof line. There's some deterioration in the siding up here due to water penetration. The steel lintel over the garage is missing wheat poles. We're now at the right elevation of the property. Again, more deterioration in the siding in this area due to water penetration. Wheat poles missing over the steel lintels. Yeah, I got to report that in the electrical part. It's the ground is moving, And what they do,
This just sets around it.
yeah, that sets around it to protect it. So what they do is put a rubber connecting boot here, okay, a couple of clips either side, and that'll hold it in place.
Right.
Yeah.
The electrical company does that?
No, you have to employ an electrician to do it.
Oh, okay.
Although it's their property, it's not something they can come and fix.
Okay.
Again, all the window ledges are leaking, mortar's leaking down there, and caulking around the whole of the house needs replacing.
Yeah.
Up here we have a differential settlement crack. It's reaching a width of about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch, or 1/8 of an inch to 1/4. That's due to settlement. There is evidence of settlement at both the front and the rear elevation of the property. We have a differential settlement crack here. We have a differential settlement crack starting here. This is the yard door. We have water penetration down the door here, poor caulking here on both sides. Also here there's some wood rot that probably needs to be replaced, that part of the frame. And then we have some deterioration in the caulking around the door, so that needs to be repaired to prevent future rot or a continuous rot. Over the top here we've got an issue with water coming in because we have water penetration above us here. There it is. This is the front door. We have water penetration and water damage down at the bottom here, and poor caulking. This shouldn't be caulked, it should be relieved so it doesn't touch the ground, or likewise somebody's caulked it that side, which is incorrect. And then the caulking around the whole of the door frame has failed and needs replacing. We've got evidence of prior water penetration here.
There you go.
Make any difference? I'm looking with the
Yeah.
flashlight.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, if we take a measurement of the wall, you can get vacuum pads to get a measurement.
let me go with the had speakers in here,
Okay.
and then, a whole house intercom. Little tinker. Yeah, you can see audio cable.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
All we gotta do is pull it down, put it in.
It's a miracle.
Because
Yeah, that looks like struts.
Yeah, it's just movement. Big ceiling.
Right.
Early signs of misalignment in the frame of this door. Close the door. You'll see here how the gap closes up, how it opens up as we go up from the floor to the top. And we have a slight crack here. Looking at the ceiling in the games room, and we have signs along here of water penetration. And above us here is ducting, main plenium, and water would have run along that plenium and then dripped off onto the insulation and then the board beneath it. But there's no evidence of active water leaks at the present time. We have an improper use of an extension cord. See, it's coming down here, it's been fixed in place up to the workbench there. The main disconnect, 200 amps, and this is the board. We're going to look at a couple of things. The AC ratings, all 20, and we're going to look for the grounding bar. The conduit for the main supply lines is coming apart from the meter box. Below it we have the grounding bar, so we've got a grounding bar in place. These are the two compressors. We're at the left elevation of the house. Aesthetically wise, they look in poor condition, a lot of rust on them. The insulation on both the cold pipes is inadequate and needs replacing. Units themselves are level. I've not been able to run them today because of the outside temperature is below 60, and that can lead to damage. But overall the condition is very poor. You can see down here that the units, the fins have been damaged. Now that damage is caused by these compressor units freezing successively. What actually happens is when it runs low on coolant, it gets frost built up and ice builds up on the fins around here, and as it builds up it compresses and damages and breaks the very fine fins that are necessary to make the units work properly. I would recommend, strongly recommend, that you have the system evaluated by a AC technician before escrow, because you want to know that these units are able to run, and other than that you want to know they've got the right levels of freon in them and they are serviceable. I have both furnaces running. I've got nice blue flames in there. And I've got blue flame there. Poorly fitting attic door, and there's no weather seal. It's going to let cold air in the winter and hot air in the summer. I recommend that you have that door lined so it shuts properly, and put a weather seal on it. Hose bib at the rear of the building. Here's the door, yard door, here's the hose bib. You'll note that it's leaking in the wall, and you can see water coming out of the wall here. So this needs to be opened up and the pipe replaced actually. It's properly split. This is the guest bathroom on the ground floor, and you can see here we've got a big gap. That means water can get behind there, and if it gets behind there, it can get behind the wall. That should all be corked or fitted properly. You see it's loose, it's not actually installed correctly. This is the guest bathroom on the upper floor. See, we've got water coming off the pipe here. There, it's running down, hits the wall, and look, it's getting behind the wall on the faucet here. Same problems we got downstairs. We have a slow drain in the upstairs bathroom. It's on the left vanity, and we have a broken drain stopper on the right hand vanity. This is a water heater. I'm going to be very careful with it. It's coming to the end of its working life. I can tell you that because up here on the isolation valve for the cold we have corrosion, and that only occurs when corrosion has eaten away the sacrificial cathode in the unit. Now, there's no way that I can effectively test this unit. I can only look. This is the cover removed here. And we have a flame in there. Just turn the flame up. Yellow tipped flames going down, getting to blue. It's okay. The other thing wrong with the unit is it hasn't got a safety pan, so if it does leak it could easily flood inside the house itself. This is a temperature pressure relief valve. It doesn't operate. See, it won't open. A little bit of water comes out, but it's not operating correctly. That is dangerous, has to be replaced. I would recommend the installation of a new tank. The outlet to the temperature pressure relief valve, it's been crushed, therefore it's got to be replaced. Also, it needs to be longer. It should come down and terminate no more than 6 inches from the ground. This is zone 1 and we've got a broken head. You see the pipe there, it's coming straight out at the wall. That's not a good thing.